Hello, this is DrSayus and welcome to my review of Sonic Unleashed. I will be reviewing the Wii version, which also got released on the PS2, comparing it to the differences of the HD versions. I played the HD version a long time ago. The cutscenes are downscaled to 480p. They still look really good. Not quite as good as Secret Rings, though there's a lot more of them, so they probably downscaled the resolution just a little bit to fit more of them on. The main control scheme is Wiimote and Nunchuck. This is the game where they abandoned driving Sonic like a car on rails. There's no hub worlds in this version. Instead, you just point and click at a map. Tutorials are not too painful. There's 3 control methods. I mentioned the Wiimote and Nunchuck. If you want more accurate control, there's also the GameCube and the classic controller. I really like using the Wiimote and Nunchuck in the Werehog stages. You get a really great workout because you're swinging your arms, constantly attacking enemies. In this game, you have to collect moon medals and sun medals. In this game, only the Werehog gets leveled up. It does this after each level automatically, which unlocks new abilities, which is usually power-ups and combos. The story of the game is Super Sonic demolishes Eggman's armada. He chases Eggman inside his ship in what is considered to be the greatest cutscene of all time in Sonic's history. He then gets the Chaos Emeralds sucked out of him. He turns into a fairy and then he gets ejected. The planet gets broken apart and a lot of people lost their lives that day. So then Sonic has to go around the pieces of the planet and collect an emerald, put it in the 7 temples around the world to restore each piece of the world. You're graded S, A or B rank. What I want to know is, why is it not split into something that makes a bit more sense, like perfect, great, or mediocre? Like, I think that like boss battles you could get a bit lower, you could get a C. Clip in the English dub sounds familiar.
Don't eat me, I taste bad. So I guess I should say, thanks, darling. I just knew that us dueling would bring us closer. Are you feeling the sparks?
When you're fighting Eggman as a boss, he keeps repeating phrases quite a lot. That's a common occurrence in a lot of Sonic games. It must be tradition. Having to shake the Wiimote to boost homing attack and ring dash is annoying. One of those commands should have been done by shaking the nunchuck and then pressing an extra button on the Wiimote to do another command. It's not just the Wii they do this. With the GameCube controller, the X button isn't even used. You use the Y button to boost and ring dash, but why wasn't one of these assigned to the X button? Because there's times that I'm in the air and I want to ring dash and Sonic boosts. Just seems a bit lazy to me. Werehog Sonic is very slippy to control. It's like he's on ice. When you get to the later levels, this becomes more obtuse. Eggman Land in particular is really difficult with both versions of Sonic. There's a lot of cheap tricks that are impossible to avoid unless you've played through that part of the stage. A lot of times there's a lot of leaps of faith that the player has to take literally. The depth perception in some of the areas of the level is not great either. There's an occasional glitch, like you went through the hoop and it didn't register, but I didn't come across this glitch very much. The Wii version, there's no Empire City and Missouri only has a boss. I know why they did this, because they didn't have enough room on the Wii to put in all the levels, and they did take out arguably the worst levels in the game. The final boss, Dark Gaia, is as hard as nails. There's 3 parts to it and the last part is just completely ruthless. You lose lives so quickly, and once you lose all your lives you have to start from the beginning, watch all the cutscenes and do all the parts, and it's very grueling, especially in my case because I didn't have any lives built up. In the Wii version there's Gaia gates where there's 3 main areas. There's a daytime level, nighttime level, and there's a boss level. And there's also side doors open when you get a lot of sun and moon medals. And these have short puzzles where you're switching between Sonic and the Werehog using both abilities. It reminded me a bit of the temples in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I did enjoy the puzzles in this game. Unfortunately, because they require so much medals, I didn't actually do them until after I completed the final boss. Not the wisest thing I ever did. Once you complete the puzzles, you get things like extra lives. And occasionally you'll get another mission where you can get another medal. But the extra lives would have came in really handy for the final boss. You need to grind for medals. the game doesn't actually encourage you to do this. At the end of the game, when Sonic waves goodbye to Chip, he gets a bracelet from him, and he never wears this ever again. Not even in the post game. When you go back into the game, he doesn't even have it on. That was pretty pointless. But overall, what would I give Sonic Unleashed? I would give Sonic Unleashed an A. It exceeded my expectations. The Werehog levels were a great workout. Sonic's daytime levels were a lot of fun too. Even though they didn't use the Hedgehog engine, I didn't notice much of a difference. It keeps up with the HD version very well, and in some aspects it exceeds the HD version. So unlike a lot of games that were ported to the Wii, you definitely don't feel like you're losing quality when you play the Wii version or even the PS2 version. So Sega did a good job porting it to all the consoles appropriately. What I wish they did though, I don't know how much memory the Werehog levels take up, but if they had taken out some of the Werehog levels and put in the daytime levels that were taken out from the HD versions, because the daytime levels are obviously a lot more fun, and when you play the Werehog levels they drag on for a very long time. It felt more like playing Werehog Unleashed than Sonic Unleashed. Eggman Land had 5 Werehog stages, which were broken down from one big stage that you would have had in the HD version. The stages felt a little bit different in the Wii version as well. It doesn't warrant playing both of them in a row, but it does make it feel more authentic. Hello guys, hope you're having a fantastic day. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe for more videos. Bye!